Hello everyone, I'm back. So I wanted to start off today with an interesting topic that I think that a lot of people tend to kind of forget about themselves. With the hustle or bustle of life and all these crazy like schedules and trying to balance everything, sometimes we just typically forget to take time for ourselves, and so we kind of like get in this rut and you just kind of like lose yourself. I mean, how many people can relate to that? I see Tina's online, Ed, hello, hi Michelle, hi Jacqueline. Boy, people are just popping up. All right. Okay. So if you have like been in a situation where sometimes you just kind of like you get in this set routine and you keep just going like day after day, week after week, month after month, and then you look up a whole year, you're kind of like in this space, and it's like, dang, I didn't do this for myself, that for myself, but I gave. If anybody can relate to that, just put the word relate. I would appreciate that. Because I think some people just don't recognize they're in a set pattern. They can't see that they're in this continuous cycle. And so I have a couple things I want to talk about that pertain to this topic. So how often do you really, really listen to your body? Thank you, Tina, for saying the word relate. All right now. How often do you really, truly listen to your body? Do you hear yourself kind of winding down, like, okay, I'm really exhausted, you know what, I need to take time for myself, and I need to take a mini nap, I need to regroup, maybe I need to take something off my checklist because I'm really doing the most, as we would say. I'm doing the most and I am overwhelming myself. The reason why I can say these things because that has been me. And sometimes my husband would say, you know what, you dragging. And when he starts saying you dragging, that means that you better go in there and get you some good rest. That means no social media. That means looking at Lifetime movies, getting you some good movies in that weekend. No phone calls. That means just you are by yourself. And if I need him, he's there. But it's just time for you just to pamper yourself and just to relax. Yes, drive and listen to the Bluetooth, Alicia. That's what I'm talking about. Sometimes you gotta figure out that me time in this hustle and bustle of life. Because let's just be real. A lot of us are overwhelmed at the different jobs that we have. Okay? So when do we really have that 5, 10, 15, 20, 30 minutes? Do we even have that kind of time per day? We gotta make it some kind of way. Like on the way to work, I try to listen to like my own personal development, social media training. I listen to it all the way to work because I drive at least an hour and an hour back. And so, I gotta find ways to get my time in to develop myself. I don't want to listen to no relaxing music because I'm not trying to go to sleep while I'm trying to drive. So I try to listen to something that's gonna make me think. And instead of me spending that hour talking to somebody on the phone and listening to their problems, their situations, I said, no, I'm going to spend every time I drive home and back on something productive. Sometimes I'm on a mastermind call because I'm a part of this live master's mastermind program, and I love it. It's a nice little group. Hey, Emmanuel, a nice little group. And so I try to maximize and think about what I need to do to help me. Is it to help me as a person, individually, or is it help me to grow my business? Sometimes you got to put a little time for yourself. And, I don't have any children. I mean, I've helped raise kids. I do have some other like responsibilities. And so because of that, people think that you got all this extra time. I do have time, but I'm here also to help and support my community. So you see that I'm always preparing and doing some things like making the quotes, doing the videos, doing the lives. I mean, things to encourage you. So I have to take some time for me. So I just want you to think about how much time a week per day are you spending on you? Just like 5 minutes to yourself, like having that Zen moment. Some people like to have their prayer moment, like as soon as they get up, 15 minutes to themselves. That's how they get their day going. I mean, they start with their spirituals or their words of affirmation. That's what I'm trying to say, affirmation. So I want you to think about When the last time that I want to talk, this is personal because it's something I'm dealing with right now. When the last time that you set your doctor's appointment, set your dental appointment, your eye appointment, I'm calling myself out because that's what I need to do because I have a lot of things like in those 3 areas I need to work on. And so now my semester is kind of winding down. And so I said, I've got to spend the month of November getting and setting my appointments. Like, that's a part of taking care of myself. I mean, that's self-love. So are you forgetting about yourself? Are you forgetting about like some of those important things that you need to do? Hey, Raven. Hey, Karma, that you need to do to take care of yourself, because, you know, if you're not taking care of yourself, then you cannot be of service, support to anybody else. You just can't. So I want you to kind of think about, like, what have you been putting on your back burner? Okay, ladies, have you had your mammogram? Does this have a real moment? This could be saving a life. You need to go do it. Get it done. I have a coworker that I already got mine. When you gonna get your appointment? I'm just being real. I mean, this is honest truth. We need to like make each other accountable on that kind of thing. Have you gone? Have you taken care of your personal business? And so that's what I love about it. Have a good friend I can say those type of things with. So you need to reach out to your girlfriend, your best friend, your bestie, whoever that is, whoever your friend that you're close with, and have that brief little conversation. What are some things that you're doing to help yourself? Okay. What about, have you created a vision board just to work on self so you can have some goals, some focuses? You know, focus like, do you want to go on this dream vacation? You want a new job? You want new training? What are you doing to help you take yourself to the next level? That's still about self-care. Take care of yourself. You're getting your mindset ready. You know, sometimes we have to do things that's going to help us be more accountable. Yes, Tina, we need to be accountable. We got to have some kind of accountability, you know, because maybe you need to write it down. If you don't want to do the vision board, write your goals down and put them somewhere where you will have that listing. Sometimes life will happen, Tina, great. Sometimes you do have to adjust. Sometimes your goals have to be modified. Sometimes you have to do maybe a mini part of it or a mini segment. So you have to keep encouraging yourself. You know, every time you do a goal, like when I went on my weight loss journey, those people that know, I shared this last week that I lost like 140 pounds in a year, which was a feat. It was a challenge. My doctor told me I could do it, so I was like, okay, yeah, I can do this. Okay, we're gonna get it done. So every time that I hit a milestone, for my husband not watching, I went shopping. Sure did, shopping. So I want you to kind of think about, what are you doing to celebrate your milestones? What are you doing to celebrate the things that you've accomplished? Come up with a little list, just like when you were in school. Some of y'all got all like little money and little prizes, all kind of stuff. When you got good grades, do the same thing for yourself. Okay? Find some kind of way to recognize yourself. You may want to buy maybe some software that you've been wanting to buy. Maybe it's an iPad. I'm not saying buy a new car. Okay? Buy what you can buy and what you can afford. I'm just saying. So I want you to kind of think about investing in yourself. That's another way to get that self-love back, the self-appreciation back, and think about how much you're doing for other people. One last point. How much you're doing for other people that you're taking and they're kind of like overwhelming you to the point where you're not taking care of yourself because you're so absorbed with other people's problems and drama. I used to be like that. I'm not like that no more. Like, you call me with all this extra drama. Moving on. Okay? I'm serious. Because it just like drains you. And so I'm to the point where, okay, you got a lot of drama. I'm moving on to the most positive thing that I can move on next. That's called going on live. Encouraging somebody else, because you're not going to drain all the energy out of me, because some people just don't want to move forward. So you want to kind of think about, what are your energy drainers in your life? Some of us probably have parents that are getting older, and I want to say this to you because I know some people are actually dealing with this. Some people's parents are getting older and you're having a hard time with that transition because they need you more. And so you have to become more patient. You have to become more available. So you have to learn how to navigate through some of those challenging moments. I have been there, and I'm still kind of there in some areas, and not to go in detail, but we all have our challenging moments as our parents get older, and so we have to have that extra source of energy and compassion and patience, because that's what it's going to require. And I don't consider that an energy drainer. I mean, I consider that loving on your parents, going back and take care of them like they took care of you. So you have to learn how to, be more for them. So you can't be more for them if you have not taken care of yourself. So sometimes you have to figure out how to remove some things out your life in order to make everything work. And that's what I had to learn the hard way. Say no, no, and no again. Okay? So I hope you got encouraged. I see Monica, you came on, Deanna. I'm so encouraged that some of you see that the topic that I share with you tonight that you can really relate to, because I think people don't really talk about how you are not taking care of yourself because you give so much to other people. So let's start this upcoming holiday. Start thinking about taking care of yourself. So by the end of December, you got some stuff off your personal checklist, because I'm going to be checking in with you. Say, look, I had my dentist appointment. I've done this. I got my contacts. I got my new glasses. Don't play with me. So who's on board? Say yes in the comments. Talk to you later.